Hi, Dave here with the new Yoga 910. A couple weeks ago, Lenovo sent me a new Yoga 910 for me to test, and I figured I'd do a comparison alongside a Yoga 900, which was its predecessor. Um, First off, the start button is in the same place as the Yoga 900. It's right on the right side. You just press it. I'm going to turn both of them on. Uh, One of the main differences is the speed of boot up. Um, Another difference is the Yoga 910 comes with a fingerprint reader, which is a pretty nice thing. Anybody familiar with the older ThinkPads knows you have to slide your finger on the fingerprint reader to get it to read it. With this, you don't have to. All you do is put your finger on the fingerprint reader and it'll automatically just logs you in. Pretty slick. Yoga 900 doesn't have a fingerprint reader, so we log in with a pin. One of the first things that you notice is the very thin bezel. The screen goes from border to border, pretty good. On the 900, there's a pretty good bezel around it. The difference in bezel on the bottom is pretty much the same between the two of them, but you notice it more on the 910 just because the screen is edge to edge in the display. The specs on the 910, it has an i7-7500U Kaby Lake processor, 16 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD hard drive, which is crazy fast, and the narrow bezel 13.9. This is a 4K LCD screen. Some of the other differences is that this now supports USB-C charging. On the left side, the USB-C charging port is on the left. Right next to it is a now the charging port is a USB-C 2. The port right next to it is a USB-C 3. It supports video out. Well, you can hook a display to that, but you can't hook a display to the USB-C 2. It doubles as the charging port. On the right side, there's a USB 3 port. Right next to it is the microphone combination headphone jack. Right next to it is a little Novo button. That's for recovery. You push it with a pin or a pen point, and the start button is right next to it. The start button is pretty much the same as it is on the, or where it is on the 910 as it is on the 900. The keyboard is a little different. The contrast on the 910, I kind of like the contrast on it. It's a little harder to see the keys on the 900. They both have backlit keyboards. It's hard to see. I have light on, but it does work pretty good. The touchpad is a little bigger on the 910 than it is on the 900. I don't know if you can see the difference by me doing that, but it is just a tad bit different. It's a little bit bigger. The hinges pretty much stayed the same, although there's more difference in space between the base and the LCD as there was with the 900. Not sure why that is, but it is. Another difference is the 900 charged with a 65 watt power brick. The 910 uses a 45 watt power supply. One of the main differences in it is this is the power supply for the 900, and when you plug it into an outlet, it usually takes up 2 spots. Alright, and it had a dedicated USB charging adapter for it. The 910 is a 45 watt adapter, and it charges with a USB-C charging cord that's reversible in the port. And Lenovo was thoughtful enough to provide a short extension cord because there was some complaints about the 910 cord being a little too short. So they put this in, and now this allows you to plug this in to one outlet and it won't take up anything else. You could use one of these with the Yoga 900 and have it do the same thing, but it was thoughtful of Lenovo to send along a extension cord for that. As far as the lightness and the size, they feel about the same. They both turn to tablets, and it disables the keyboard when you flip it. Now, there's a little notification that comes up. Do you want to switch to tablet mode? If you choose yes, then it gets rid of the taskbar. And it just, here, I'll show you. It doesn't get rid of the whole taskbar, but it gets rid of your icons and it brings up all these. Switching it back to laptop, you get the same. You want to exit tablet mode. Yes, and that brings up all the options in the taskbar. Now this comes, the Yoga 910 comes with Windows 10 Home. It's a signature edition. That means it comes with very little bloatware. Yoga 900 also came with Windows 10 Home, but it had a lot of extra programs in it, and anybody that wants a cleaner operating system, you can get the Signature Edition Windows 10 as an option when you order this. All in all, pretty slick little laptop. Any questions on it, say something in the comments, and I'll try to answer any questions on it, or if you want me to test anything in it. I did run, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but I did run Crystal Disk Mark, and I don't know whether you can see that or not. My camera is not the best, but those are the reads and writes for that SSD that's in this. I mean, a 1 terabyte SSD, I'll never fill this thing up. Like I say, anybody has any questions, just say so in the comments. I'll be happy to try to answer them. The 4K screen is gorgeous. The camera just doesn't show the difference. And these aren't 4K backgrounds on these either. So, but I don't see any problem at all with the screen on this. The viewing angles are excellent. It's a glossy screen, so in the daylight you lose a little bit of visibility on it, but it's not that bad for real. Alright, like I say, any questions, any comments, just say in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. Thanks.